If I gave you a spreadsheet with 2 million rows and asked you to do deep analysis on it, you'd probably feel really overwhelmed. And that's exactly why SQL matters. SQL turns messy data into clear answers fast. I'm Sharif. I've used SQL as a clinical data analyst and as a healthcare business analyst to pull real insights that actually impact care, operations, and outcomes. In this video today, I'm going to be giving you the foundation that you need before we write a single query. So what is SQL and why does it actually matter? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It's the language that you use to ask questions of data that lives in tables. And when I say ask questions, I mean real questions like how many patients came in last month? Which clinics are behind on follow-ups? Did our outreach campaign increase appointment completion? SQL can do a lot, but at a beginner level, think of it like this. SQL helps you pull the right data, filter it, combine it, and then summarize it so you can make decisions. Working in healthcare, I use SQL to pull patient information for quality measures, validate eligibility and claims timing, and then catch issues like missing values or duplicate records before they cause reporting problems. On the business analyst side, SQL helped me find specific patient records, investigate patient files that our clients would send us, and then many other things involving data analysis. So the big idea is pretty simple. You ask a question, SQL returns rows. If you think about what questions are being asked, then learning SQL and using it effectively becomes way easier. So what is a database and where's the data actually stored? A database is an organized system for storing and retrieving data. Instead of having one giant file, a database stores data in structured tables, and those tables can connect to each other. Think of it like a library. If spreadsheets are sticky notes on your desk, a database is a full library catalog where everything has a place, rules, and relationships. And inside that database, you mainly deal with tables. And then a table is like a spreadsheet, but more structured. Columns are the fields, like patient ID, visit ID, and clinic name. On the other hand, rows are like records, like one patient visit, one appointment. And the magic is that databases are built to handle this at scale. Now, the concept that makes SQL powerful are keys. A primary key is a column that uniquely identifies each row in a table. Here's an example, appointment ID. Each appointment has its own unique ID. A foreign key is a column that points to a primary key in another table. And here's an example of this. A table of appointments might include patient ID, which links to the patient's table, where patient ID is the primary key. And that's how you connect data across tables. If you remember one thing, primary key uniquely identifies. Foreign key connects. So the question is, why not just use spreadsheets for everything? Well, spreadsheets are amazing for quick analysis, one-off work, and then small data sets. But databases win when things get really serious. When you're scaling millions of rows, you want to keep the data organized and have a place where teams can work with data safely. All right, now let's talk about RDBMS, because there's a good chance you might hear about it. An RDBMS is a relational database management system. It's a software that manages databases, storing data, and uses SQL. So popular ones include MySQL, Postgres, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle Database, SQLite. And here's the good news. The core concepts are the same across these. Select, where, join, group by. The differences are usually in the details, like functions, especially for dates. Some string functions, limits, and pagination syntax, and later on things like window functions. My stance for this is pretty simple. I'm going to teach you SQL in a way that transfers anywhere. For this example, I'm going to be using MySQL Workbench, and here's a quick tour of what you will actually touch. On the left, you'll see your schemas. Inside a schema are tables. You click on a table, and then you can preview rows, check columns, and see data types. Then you have the query tab where you'll write SQL and run it. Before you write complex SQL queries, build one habit that will save you forever. Always look at the data first. Preview a few rows, scan the column names, notice what looks like an ID, and then ask, what does one row represent? That one habit prevents a ton of confusion later. Alright guys, so quick reset. Who is this series for? This is for complete beginners, career switchers, analysts in any industry who want a real skill that opens a lot of doors. And then by the end, you'll be able to read and write SQL queries, build a small portfolio of queries on a healthcare style dataset, and then think in tables, keys, and questions. The structure of my series is going to be simple. We'll go into the foundations first, then core query building blocks, then joins and aggregation, and then practical mini projects. And then here's my promise. SQL is learnable for anyone, regardless of the degree and regardless of where you are in your career. In my next several videos, we'll start off with the basics and then we'll run your first real queries in MySQL Workbench. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button and then comment below so that I know that you're locked in for this series. And if you want, tell me what you do for work and then tell me what you want SQL to help you with. Again, my name is Sharif. Thank you for tuning in, and then I'll see you in the next video.